sold and I earned 5 lakh rupees and gave back 3 lakhs rupees to Dhirubhai Ambani, and he said, I don't want this money, this is yours only. And that was the journey, and then that is how I understood that how the power of mind can take place. The infinite riches are all around us. If you open the mental eyes and behold the treasure house of infinity within you, there is a gold mine within you from which you can extract everything you want to live life peacefully, gloriously, abundantly, richly. But that power of networking, the power of thinking, the power of evolution within, the power within you is so extraordinary. I think all of you would have been achievers at a $2 billion or $3 billion, but I don't talk that as an achievement. My group also may be valued at $2 billion. Today I started 10 rupees in my pocket. But that's not an issue. It is the connectivity around you. It is the connectivity of the people around you, where even in the most of the ordinariest of the ordinary person who may be a beggar or maybe an outside the Goa, maybe the person was serving in the lunch for you. I just went to that lunch. I was very hungry today at 2:30. I came and I said, Yashashwini, I want to have lunch and I'm very hungry. Once I go out of Bangalore, I think I feel double hungry. Just walked up and that chef, I saw him, I had wished him. And as if that he knew me last 20 years and I knew him from 20 years, and they were all surprised. Mr. Sham Bhatt and all that. Do you know him? No, I have met him first time. And within 10 minutes, the beautiful sabji was there, hot rotis was there, and the rice was there, dal was there, and that's it. Now that's the power of connectivity Dhirubhai Ambani had, and I have seen him, how he has worked and how he has gone through. And when Ramnath Goenka told him that I am going to talk against you, will do anything. The more you talk against me, I will become more famous. So give more advertisement to Indian Express paper. Maybe some movie would have come, Abhishek Bachchan, you would have seen it. That was the power of vision. So all of us, you are joined here as a collective person. You are already intelligent, you are all capable, you know the rules, you know the regulations, you know the guidelines, you know the landscape of India, you know what is Brazil, you know what is Russia, you know what is India, what is China. So they empower themselves. Tomorrow they will become the buyers and customers, your monopoly will be retained. But that time he didn't agree with me, but after 8 years he sent me a message, and Mr. Jain, some boy spoke to me that day in the function in Pune. And now I wish I would have listened to him, but then his sons took up the challenge, and now you know what is, there is no monopoly act or anything, everything is possible now. One small showroom, I gave one girl one simple idea that you have 1 lakh products in interior design industry, you are an MBA student, why don't you apply it in your life? This young lady is a classic case study. She manages 111 verticals in 24 hours. And she is talking about a 300 crore model with a 1 table and chair, with 1 internet and 1 computer and 1 laptop. And just studied an undergraduate course, experienced the corporate world, and today she is talking about 111 verticals and 5 lakh people to be trained in 1 year with 400 people. I said 40,000 intellectual capital is there around you. Now you have to capitalize on that. So the opportunities are within you only. Sushil Mantri is a classic case because he is a developer from Pune who came to Bangalore with 10 lakh rupees. Today he talks about good governance, today he talks about transparency. Even in recession, Snehal Mantri and they both came out with a 2 flat selling. They used to sit with the customers. Today I think they have got the biggest space in Bangalore or maybe outside Bangalore and Chennai, and they are talking. Morgan Stanley keeps a checkbook in his free checkbook in his hand. You can sign any amount of check there, and we gave him 100 acres in Manyata develop for joint development, and he just filled up a 200 crores check and gave the check in just 10 minutes. This is the guidelines, this is the rule. So that's a good governance so called. So vision, visualization, capacity, networking, insignificant people can do wonderful. So ordinary people can do extraordinary things. If you think as the whole country as your social responsibility, I think the byproduct of that you have to achieve in life, you have no choice. You have to succeed in life. But when we think about our own self, this has been my personal experience. When I said the mil baat ke khao, his slogan was so powerful, he was so powerful. Afterwards many ethical leaders came. I don't know, let us not discuss about Reliance. I am talking about the spirit of that man who had nothing in his pocket. When somebody told him that you bloody Indian and tum Africa mein bech rahe ho, I will show you, I will start a petrol company in my own country, and he did that. Now that should be there. From nothing, if you do something, that is something extraordinary. Somebody will be lucky, somebody would have achieved in their own way, some would have taken the help of the parents, some would have taken the help of the society. So it is all the power of understanding and the power of thinking within ourselves. That makes a lot of difference, and this is what has been my journey of 33 years of experience. I have not even taken a 1 day single holiday, but for every day it is a holiday for me, every day is a Diwali for me, every day is a function. I am just looking at my whole country, 120 crores of population, the human capital what we have got. If we can take up ordinary people, IA plus AA into A is equivalent to IHP. This one formula, Brian Tracy, I read one maximum achievement book from Brian Tracy. That formula attracted me so well. It is individual attributes. You are born with individual attributes in your life. You acquire your attributes over a period of time in 2 months, 3 months, 6 years, 10 years. You come through kindergarten and pass your examination, and then you learn the skills of the trade, you become responsible. You acquire attributes, but that somewhere we miss out that the wild card into this equation, into A, attitude or aptitude or altitude, whatever we talk, if we can just mix up that into A, we add that, I think your performance increases million folds, and sometimes I think you can't even measure your capacity and the performance of your mind. And that becomes your individual human performance. This simple formula makes a magic in life. So I was wondering whether I should do PhD, whether I should take up this. Then I thought, let me be a catalyst. I got that inspiration from Swami Vivekananda, Dhirubhai Ambani, Chandragupta who was the king, and Chanakya who was the creator of Chandragupta. Let us be catalyst and try to create human development index of India. Why not we take into that situation? And this is how I think I believed in the minds of the young faith within our group. I was responsible for maybe 4,000-5,000 entrepreneurs in my lifetime. Some are big, some are small, but are they living with that grace? That is the question we asked, and today we are incubated officially 65 companies with a workforce of 4,000. And I'll not be surprised if these companies will come out with an IPO of 1,000 crores or 2,000 crores in knowledgeable technologies, in innovative technology and creativity. In a simple way, the leadership is very simple. It just works like a magic. 18 hours a day I tell them to keep themselves busy and try to respect the people around them and try to network and be very, very simple and effective. That's more than enough. You don't require any extraordinary qualities. I was reading a book in a flight. They were talking about 114 qualities to become a leader. I read all those 114 qualities in an Air India flight, and I was wondering, this 114 qualities, if I have to calculate, it may take at least more than 500 years for me to become a master of that, and I became very depressed. I kept that book, but in the end it was written, please turn to the last page. Then I opened the last page and I looked into it, and surprisingly that person who authored that book, a Harvard professor who authored that book, he said these are the 114 traits to become a leader, but if you have one single trait of humility, which in that 114 points which I have rated, or any one trait you have, that is enough to become an extraordinary leader in life. And that gave me a lease of life. I was in ICU ventilator. Immediately when I read that statement, great. In one quality if you have, you can become a leader, and that became a kind of a striking in my mind. And if I would have read that book, so when we read too much, when we talk too much, when you attend too much of workshop, everybody is going to talk same thing. 24 hours a day, 8,760 hours a day, be positive, be capable, use these traits, they'll give beautiful charts. I brought some presentation, I said, Yashashwini, I'm in a jail if I talk about, sir, you don't do that, you be very natural. Whatever you talk, that's more than enough, because all are achievers in their sense. Why do you want, if I look at that slide and come, the earth has moved around the sun already, one round is already over. So why should I waste my time there? So I thought I'll just look at the audience, I look at their faces, I have not known your names, and look at that and I'll spontaneously decide what I have to talk. So I didn't even know what I'm going to talk to all of you. A basic little bit things I have spoken to all of you. Almost I completed 20 minutes, and Sham Bhatt has given me only 10 minutes of more time in 30 minutes. But actually my warm-up session starts after 1.5 hours. And then maybe you have to whole night you have to be. Whole night you have to be, and I can engage you for whole night. Whole night without that belly dancing, without that dinner, without that entertainment activity, and without your wine, rum and whiskey. Still I can keep you engrossed till 6 o'clock in the morning if I want to. But I will not do that, because I don't believe in hypnotism, because I have not learned that art of hypnotism or self-hypnosis. It is extrasensory perception, because when you speak from the heart and if you can connect with people, I think any amount of talks you can give. Then I was called to IIM to speak. I said I don't want these IIM job seekers, I want job providers. So mister, if you are calling me for a talk, you have to wait in queue for 3 hours, but I am 24 hours free, but I have to keep myself in demand, no? I have to present myself, so show off to karna padta hai thoda, because this is somewhere you have to wear a mask.